Come on, Rockford. Rockford. Rockford.
Far away in Battersea Park, Moog and his uncle were still looking for Rockford.
Oh, no, your mum will kill me,
said Moog's uncle.
Rockford, come on, boy.
They split up to search, and as it began to snow, their two lonely figures called out in the gathering dusk.
As the night is falling, a lonely cry is ringing out the day. All alone and it's dawning, that happy times have left and gone astray today. Far away is he calling, a lonely heart all lost and gone away. So he'll search till the morning. Will happiness return at break of day? Today, what did he do? Did he run away? But where will he go? And how far will he stray? Lost on the road on a winter night, giving up the ghost and giving up the fight. It's true, but I don't believe this tale's already through. So he'll keep on calling till his time is due, and he'll keep on walking 'cause this tale is true. It's true. It's true.
Moog had been searching for some time, when down the path he saw a familiar sight. Pulling on his blue Battersea Dog's Home lead was one of Rockford's friends, Jarvis the Spaniel, and behind him was a dog walker from Battersea Dog's Home.
You haven't seen Rockford, have you?
Asked Moog.
He was sniffing around by the boat,
said the dog walker.
Shall we have a look?
And with renewed hope, Moog ran back towards the lake. Down by the water, all was quiet. A single yellow light illuminated the still surface, where there bobbed a row of small pleasure boats moored up for the winter. Moog was just about to turn back, when out of the corner of his eye, he saw a movement on board one of them.
Rockford?
Moog stepped carefully onto the boat. It was a strange craft, unlike any of the others, made in the shape of a leaf. But as Moog stepped on board, instead of just bobbing up and down and tugging at its ropes, the little boat started to drift out into the lake. Moog was too busy searching to notice the gentle movement as he peered down into the boat.
Rockford.
He whispered. But instead of Rockford jumping up to welcome him, all Moog saw was a small, unremarkable-looking green moth fluttering up into the light. Just then, he heard a cry from the lakeside, which, looking up, he realised was now some distance away. It was the dog walker who was standing on the bank and shouting. But he wasn't shouting to Moog. He was staring at his dog, who was standing next to him on the bank, and he was calling his name. And as Moog watched, he could see why. The dog was disappearing. In front of his eyes, it was melting away into thin air. It was like it was being rubbed out. First his tail, and his back legs, then his shoulders and his head, and finally his nose. Soon, Jarvis the dog had vanished completely.
Jarvis?
What the dog walker couldn't have known, what nobody on earth could have known, was that just a second before, far away on the island of infinity, Rockford had been checked in by the registrar. Dogs were now extinct, and one by one they were vanishing from Earth, starting here by the lake in Battersea Park. Moog looked on in amazement. He had never seen anything so strange, until just a few seconds later, when the green moth that was still fluttering above his head started to talk. It wasn't clear what it was saying at first. Occasional words mixed with a purring flapping of wings, but as Moog concentrated and the boat drifted further out into the lake, the anonymous moth fixed him with its feathery antennae and said,
I can't see why the world won't see. I am green, but my nose is clean. I used to dream that I had secrets for us. It's not to be, for this anonymous moth is lost. One day soon the world will wake up falling. What's the world to do? No one left for calling. One day soon the world will wake up high and dry. And then they'll miss me. The truth was in me, but all the world was blind. They won't see that I hold the key, and those dreams will remain undreamed.
So with the dog walker left on the snowy lakeside, staring blankly at the place where his dog had vanished, and with more and more worried calls beginning to echo around Battersea Park, a bewildered boy and an anonymous moth drifted out into the lake.
We need an anonymous moth
and disappeared.
Such a shame. I thought I had something to offer. A moth of destiny. A significant species. But it doesn't look like it now. Oh, what a pity.
And so another lonely creature now found itself drifting under a swirling sky towards the island of infinity and its home among the world's extinct animals. Only this time, there was a human being there, too. Will Rockford escape? And what would happen if the registrar were to check a human into infinity? And why did dinosaurs explode in hot weather? To hear loads more from this amazing story, visit RockfordsRockOpera.com. That's RockfordsRockOpera.com.